Thanks for joining us. This video demonstration will show how to migrate an on-premises disk to Pure Cloud Block Store in AWS using Cirrus Data Cloud. To begin, I have an Ubuntu box here that I've already installed the Cirrus Data agent on. When I look at it, I have a disk that is provisioned with a local file with about 10 gigs of data from a database. Within the Cirrus Data portal, I'm going to go ahead and migrate to my on-premises machine and choose Migrate Host Volumes. In this case, since I will be doing a remote migration, I need to set up a new connection from my on-premises machine to my machine in AWS, and I will specify the IP that it should use and connect. Once the link is established, I can go ahead and now select the remote migration, select the remote host, and click Continue. I will select which disk I want to migrate, and since there is no destination found, I can auto-allocate the host and volume directly on Pure Cloud Block Store. I can either use an existing host or have it configure one for me. And what this will do is through the integrations, go ahead and enable and configure iSCSI on the cloud-based EC2 instance, as well as configure the host object on the Pure Cloud Block Store array. Once it is completed, it'll show environment prepared. Now we can have it auto-allocate the volume directly on Pure Cloud Block Store. It'll look at the size of the source disk and go ahead and create it on the Pure Cloud Block Store and set up the iSCSI login and allocate the volume. Once it has completed, we can click Continue to begin the migration. We can provide a description, specify a resync interval, and the ideal impact level to move your data. If you want it to be done as quickly as possible, choose the relentless option. Now we will click Create Session, and this will begin the data migration. Now that the initial sync was done, it is now tracking changes. It will either resync at the next interval, or you can trigger a synchronization. The next part is to do a CMotion. This is the Cirrus Data application that will go ahead and cut over production I/O to the new storage. So we're going to hit Continue and say yes. Once CMotion is in place, the next step we are going to do is finalize the cutover. This cutover will now activate the Cloud Block Store volume to be mounted. Now we will navigate to our EC2 instance and mount our iSCSI disk to our mount point. If we review the data that is sitting on there, we can see that our database files have now been replicated directly to Pure Cloud Block Store on our EC2 instance.